Hey, you know how you have that one really annoying friend? Actually, you probably don't because you don't hang out with them because, well, they're annoying.
The School of Podcasting with Dave Jackson.
Hey, I'm Dave Jackson from the School of Podcasting.com, where I help you plan, launch, and grow your podcast. And before we even get into the fun things today, let me remind you, of course, to like, subscribe, you know the drill. And what I want to talk about today is the experience for your listener. Let me give you an example. And this sounds petty, but I'm here to tell you it's annoying. I am divorced. I have no children. And yet when I go to things like HBO Max, it asks me, who's watching? And I'm like, the same person that's been watching. It's just me. And then there's a part of me that's like, we put a man on the moon. Why can't HBO figure out that there's only one person on the account? And when I say start, just go to my stuff. Same thing for Hulu. You're like, great, Dave. Sounds like you're annoyed. Yeah, I am. What does this have to do with podcasting? Are you making the experience for your listener a little annoying? Let me give you an example. We beg people, please listen to my podcast. We finally get them there. And they do a great job of getting us hot and bothered. They're like, hey, today we're talking about this thing. It's so amazing. It's half price. Buy one, get one free. You got to check it out. And I go to the description right here where I am, where you asked me to be. And you go, oh, by the way, it's over here. It's in my newsletter, on my Twitter, on my Instagram, whatever. But I'm right here. If you would put a link right there, whatever you wanted me to buy, because it's probably an affiliate link, is right here. And yet I have to go over to wherever. And the thing that people don't realize, I think why they're doing this, and look, I get it. You're trying to build your newsletter. You're trying to build your social following. I get that. However, what you don't realize is there are people that are going to find your show, and if it's good, they'll download a bunch of the back catalog. I have over 100 episodes waiting for me to listen right now. So I'm not listening many times right when it came out unless you're one of my absolute faves. So when you say, oh, just go to the website, it's right there. Or go to Instagram or Twitter, you'll see it right there. It's not right there anymore because it's 3 weeks later. It's 6 weeks later. And now you know what you are? Annoying. Because now I've got to search. And do you invite somebody into your house and they go, yeah, do you mind if I use your bathroom? And you go, yeah, it's in here somewhere. You'll figure it out. No, you go, oh, it's the first door on the left. And so think about this. As a listener, I hear people do this too. Oh, just find me wherever you find podcasts. Okay, if I'm brand new to podcasting, I may not know that there's an Apple and a Spotify and things like that. And even if I know that, the search in those particular apps is horrible. And in the early days of radio, you had to tune a dial until it was right on the frequency. So you really had to kind of search for that frequency and kind of fine tune it. And then they came out with presets to where if you wanted to go to 97.5, you just push number 1. That's what those links are to Apple and Google and Spotify and Amazon. Those are presets. You don't have to search anymore. Just boom, and right there you are in that. So have those presets on your website. That's your home. And that way you can say, hey, go to mine, schoolofpodcasting.com/subscribe, and you'll see the easy to follow /subscribe links. One more example, I'm going to kind of date myself. There was a store back in I don't know when they started, but they went out of business, hence why the story is important. It was called Radio Shack. And you could get all sorts of electronic stuff there. If you wanted solder, the little nitty gritty, total electronics kind of stuff, you could nerd out there. But every time you went to leave, they would ask you if you wanted batteries. And there could be like 7 people in line because there was only one person in the store. And he'd ask every person, do you want batteries? And we're like, I really just want my change and I want to get out of here. To the point that Radio Shack actually said, hey, you know what? We sure made it annoying when you came in and we would ask you about those batteries. My bad, I'm sorry. We're not going to do that anymore. And you know what they did? Yeah, they didn't ask you about batteries, but they asked you, what kind of phone service are you using? Are you happy with your phone? They were still just as annoying. So look at the experience for your podcast listener, for your website visitor, whatever the experience is. This is your guest. This is somebody you're trying to woo and say, yes, come over here. I'm a good person. Look, I've made it so easy for you. And that way, when you have something, let's say you're trying to monetize, you can make that easy, and they trust you because everything just goes smooth when you're around. If you need help with that, come visit me over at schoolofpodcasting.com/YouTube. And if you want to sign up, use the coupon code YouTube. I'm Dave Jackson from the schoolofpodcasting.com. I'll see you in the next video.